like you have to let yourself go to sleep. You can't try to go to sleep. And so in the same way, you have to let yourself wake up. Become liberated.
E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Hello everybody and welcome back to DotaPit by G2A. We're into Season 4.
.com! I'm sorry. Anytime you say G2A, I'm gonna have to respond like that.
I already have that in my head so much.
Cheap ass dog! Good times.
It's just,
Good times.
is it really that good, Cap? Is it really that good? It's definitely catchy. It definitely won't get out of my brain anytime soon. I'm just gonna bet and all I hear is this dog. Have feathery dreams tonight. Stark GG. Game number 1 went their way. Kind of felt like a little bit of a Lost in the Woods Hellraisers for a little bit. But Stark, they held true. The power of the Sven as well as Ember triumphed out. The Cleave brothers. So they get to take the first game in the European region. And now we go on to game number 2. And should also point out, a 2-game series, it is worth the full 3 points if you go 2-0. That is the format being used by DotaPit. Even though other tournaments are now starting to change it up, this is the format we started with and we will end with to see who will be able to qualify in. Only one team from each group. It's kind of a hard ask as well. So there's 2 different groups. You can check out all the information at DotaPit.com. And yeah, 2 full groups, only one team from each group gets to qualify.
10 seconds remaining.
So I'm looking at this draft so far, and I think Stark GG would be a pretty wise thing of them to pick up Nature's Prophet maybe
Reserve
as
time.
part of their 1-2. I think it really fit their style, specifically against Hellraisers. They already have one of the Trixie heroes banned away. Hellraisers did not plan on picking up Lone Druid first pick, so they chose to ban it away because they knew Stark would pick it up 1-2 if it was left out in the pool. Interesting to me that they're taking so much time on their first pick, because I thought they had a very clear plan with the way that the Lone Druid was banned. Maybe they expected the Invoker to be left out in the pool, but I think that's so unlikely. Invoker is one of the higher contested heroes for first pick / ban. So,
But then you also start with something like an Oracle. It seemed a little... It kind of feels like they're playing so hard against Trixie in this game. Like they did in the last game. Like they banned out against him and then they gave him and then he just profit. So Stark GG, they're going to rinse and repeat at least their first pick. Maybe not the Sven, but we can find that out soon. But like Trixie can't get away with like Darkseer pickup. If anyone is anyone really even still playing Darkseer off lane?
yeah, sure. I think Darkseer still has a decent amount of value.
Even up against Oracle?
Radiant team pick.
Less so against Oracle, obviously. There's you're pretty hard countered by Oracle,
Radiant
both him
team
and
back.
in ways Ember Spirit is. But I think the hero still has value in this patch. Chen and Bane picked up, so Stark greeting the very open
Dire team
and
back.
somewhat ominous Oracle first pick with an equally sort of like open pickup of their own with their 2 supports, Chen and Bane. While that does, put their supports completely out there, it doesn't lock down
10 seconds remaining.
their strategy by any means.
But it definitely gives them a lot of control. A lot of setup as well.
Dire team
This is why I thought they would pick up Furion, because Furion, for me, I thought it was actually going to be Batrider Furion as Hellraiser's 2 heroes that they ban out.
Yeah.
But
Well, the Batrider's still in the pool.
They leave the Batrider, which I think is a pretty good pickup here for Stark in the 3-4. Maybe they don't pick it up right now. But in combination with Lycan, I think Batrider is even more valuable. You want a very solid disable, I think, for the Lycan to take advantage of. I think it's particularly... Oh, wait. Oracle. Never mind. I was like, it's really good versus Sven. Any melee carry is going to be countered by Batrider pretty heavily, but...
You can never get a full
Oracle's an
lasso off.
issue. Yeah, I forgot about that. Because he just...
Fortune 10 causes a lot of problems.
Yeah, he either ults and, there goes the lasso, or even if he doesn't have that, like he W's you and all that magic damage isn't applicable.
Yeah.
Or he snares you with the Q. There's so many problems there. So
10 seconds
my bad.
remaining.
That's why they didn't ban away the Batrider. Forgot Oracle's a hero.
5
So
seconds
now
remaining.
Stark just go down a different line. So we've got
Radiant team
an early
pick.
mech carrier. In fact, Hellraiser will get the Batrider themselves.
Dire team
But Stark
back.
have the early mech carrier mid, who's very stable up against the Zeus. Then you've got your Lycan safe lane who can buff up the offlane if he wants to, but you got a Chen and Bane that can rotate into that mid and will be really successful rotating up against the Zeus and
10
potentially coming in
seconds remaining.
behind the Bat Rider. The last hero is still what
Radiant
goes the way of
team
Trixie's,
back.
and if this is a push lineup and potentially a Roche lineup, I'm thinking Beastmaster is probably going to be like up there a long way. That's where my mind is at least going with this. Like you got a lot of aura stacking, you still need like maybe a little bit more of a disable off your offlaner. And he can do so
10
much with the new
seconds
camps
remaining.
on the Dire side now. He can be stacking
5
both the
seconds
camps at the same
remaining.
time with Axis as well as Bull.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Toby.
Reserve
Beastmaster
time.
is a great call here.
You prefer something else though?
No.
You gotta
I was thinking about it. I was looking at other heroes, and I was like, you know what? No, I think Beastmaster. I don't typically like Beastmaster, or I don't like too much single target against Oracle. I play a lot of Oracle in pubs when I'm forced to support, and I know when the enemy team has single target focus, like Oracle is like a top pickup. But I think there's too much value between him with the Lycan, the scouting out of the Bat Rider with the Hawk is pretty important as well. Even if he does get that initiation, if you could just stop him in his tracks, it's going to be great. Holding a BKB Sven is pretty important because the Bane's unlikely to be able to get the same opportunities because Oracle's probably going to ult on the Fiend script target.
Yep.
So if you can have some sort of follow-up disable that goes through BKB, that's
10
pretty valuable as
seconds
well.
remaining.
I think there are a lot of reasons that
5
Beastmaster is a
seconds
strong
remaining.
pickup. Maybe one of the questions being how well are you going to be able to make your lane work,
Reserve
but
time.
It's a
I think that's
Beastmaster.
okay.
You just stack and farm that way.
yeah, you could do that, stack and farm. You can also you can bully out Oracle actually because Oracle is so single target focused himself. He doesn't actually deal with the boars that well at level 1. And that's the biggest important thing. You can look at Oracle level 5 versus Beastmaster and be like, oh, but he can nuke, down the boars with his E and stuff. That doesn't really matter. What matters is the level 1 interaction between the two. And because Oracle will have only his Q, if you double boar out and run at the Oracle with your boars, you'll push back the Oracle a decent amount for the Beastmaster to get level 2, maybe level 3. And once you start that sort of snowball, the offlane can be won from there. That's the thing that people oftentimes overlook is that it's not necessarily how a support does against an offlaner at once he has all of his abilities. It's about at level 1
Radiant
what
team
happens.
pick.
That's the most key thing.
I like this. Alright, so they don't get the Beastmaster. It's still someone that kind of ticks the box of what I was looking at, which was the ability to find that farm from the side camps, as well as to have a presence in the lane. But what do you really do about a Ravage? Oracle, do you really want to try and save 5 heroes at once? That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it does take advantage of that's what I was talking about earlier. Single target Oracle is really good against, so to
10
fight that, if you
seconds
could get
remaining.
AoE disabled, that's good. It also works well against the Bat Rider because
5
you had
seconds
that cleanse
remaining.
mechanic from your Kraken Shell, especially since it got buffed up, so the damage
Reserve
threshold
time.
is lower as you level it. It's obviously good versus melee carries as well. I think it ticks a certain number of boxes. I think I would still prefer the Beastmaster, but...
Yay, my pick was better!
well, according to capitalists, I don't know if that means too much.
I trust you, Cap. I trust you with my life. Trust
But
me.
we'll also see, like, the Tidehunter could get, like, totally dumped on here by Hellraisers because they still have that extra support left.
They could still just go for an aggro lane if they wanted to. You put the Bat Rider versus the Tidehunter. I know you said the Kraken Shell is still being buffed up, but
Oh yeah, Bat Rider
Rider's-
definitely wins that matchup.
yeah, he's still kill potential, and you just always skill up Flame Break over something like Firefly. You just have one put up in
10
the Firefly.
seconds remaining.
And then Zeus can help out too, but with his Ven and an Oracle,
5 seconds remaining.
who else would just make that lane invincible?
I'm concerned the Sven isn't or the
Bounty's
Tidehunter is
such
not going to get any farm.
Tide may get no farm. Chen's going to be giving experience right now to the Bounty Hunter. He has to almost smoke instantly. The second he grabs the first creep and just go ganking.
Yeah.
Or this Bounty's going to be doing the same thing as the Mirana was in the last game.
Yeah, was Mirana banned out? I really thought that Mirana was going to be the pickup for Hellraisers.
Mirana was not banned out.
Because the way that they would work it then is that they have a stun combination. Like, Mirana works really well with Oracle because it's such a long-term snare.
Yep.
It's like a 3-second snare. That's more than enough time to get an arrow out. Plus, you have the Sven bringing his own stun to the table as well. You have the Bat Rider setting up an arrow on top of that. I was like 100% Mirana is the pickup for
Prepare for
HR.
battle.
They're going to do the same thing they did last time, just hopefully a bit better against the Chen. The Mirana will get levels, and there's so much value. But
It's standard.
the Bounty Hunter instead... The Bounty Hunter is weaker in the laning phase, in my opinion, but he does obviously offer that snowball factor.
Check out the lanes. I don't know if Zeus is really planning on staying up here, but it's going to be an off-lane Zeus, a Bat Rider mid, and then they push this Sven down to the bottom lane to go up against the Tidehunter, which isn't really the most favorable matchup for a Sven.
Yeah, but...
Especially still got an Oracle, so...
yeah, I think the Oracle will be sufficient at pushing out Tidehunter. Got him? Is he going to be caught here?
30
There's no sentry
seconds to battle.
to be... Oh, there's a sentry to be planted, but... it's-
Yeah, they've got dust and sentries, but... Oh, they spotted
yeah,
out.
yeah, they
Oh,
definitely
then-
pinged it. It's like, can you drop it right here? Then they're going to play it cool as a cucumber. They have to, like, goddamn come from behind if they're going to do this, but they've walked down the hill. So they pinged it. Maybe it was just a ward ping they were doing. Nothing more.
Yeah, or maybe they thought Gotham wasn't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was all about.
The battle begins.
Well, he gets a block ward down.
Alright, let's... I'm interested to see how Trixie does against this lane. I'm already learning something. He goes boots against this matchup.
Did he go Kraken first level? Like,
So part of the thing is the snare is so valuable because the Oracle... If you're ever out of position and he starts Fortune's ending you, it's not 3 seconds, but 2.5 seconds of snare time. So the only way you really beat that is by having higher movement speed than the pursuing
Afro.
heroes.
okay, sorry. Afo is just getting up in the face of Boogie. I don't know if he was really planning on going for the courier right then, if that was the play.
No, he's weakening him up so that when Gotham comes in, they'll actually have kill potential.
There's 5
He's
sticky
baiting him out.
napalm stacks,
Oh,
but
God.
Afo is just so low. He's ticking down, and Gotham is trying to attack in. And Boogie, well, he can't come any closer here, Afo. He could just end up killing himself with 8 sticky napalm stacks. They're going to salve him up back behind the tower.
Yeah, it was the right play by both sides. Bat Rider read that he should try and push his advantage in order to bait the Viper into getting killed by the Bounty Hunter, but Boogie stood his ground and fought the Bat Rider back so much that Bat Rider couldn't make it a 1v2 like he was hoping.
This is causing real problems though for Rafo as far as just basic CS. Like, he's getting levels, sure. But now you got a Viper who's 6-2 up against a Bat Rider who's 1-1 in the mid matchup. This gets balanced a little bit by what goddamn's gonna be stealing from the Chen. And he's such a nuisance bounty hunter as well.
Looks like they already tried to go on
Oh, he blew back the sentries.
on Trixie, which made the lane push forward. So this is really valuable for him. He's because my biggest concern was that they were going to keep the creep lane back, and then he was just going to be faced in a 1v1 matchup against the Oracle. But if he ever comes too far forward, then he gets Q into another Stormbolt. There's a lot of disable time. But
I just realized I didn't give that Observer Ward down to Trixie, because he could have gone down and just blocked up the camp. Like, blocked up the pool, so he made sure they couldn't. But that other Observer Ward's still on the back of the Chen. He was currently just feeding experience over to goddamn still. You call him differently though, don't you? You call him like got him?
yeah, some people call him Gotham. I like call him Goddamn in certain scenarios. I like to call him Gotham, and then when he goes big in a team fight,
That makes
Goddamn.
sense. Trixie's in trouble. That's an instant lock, and now, well, they got enough damage. Yeah, they do. So Trixie's getting a little too aggressive on this Ven and Undershock, waiting for the perfect time to attack.
This was the Trixie specialty back in the day.
Feeding?
Back when the offlane was known as the suicide lane, Trixie would play it so aggressive that he would die multiple times, but he would oftentimes get the necessary experience he needed to not win the lane, but walk out of the laning phase at 15 minutes, feeling good about his contribution. Because there is such a thing as playing too passive as an offlaner and falling behind. Hey, what a trade-off.
So that was 6 sticky napalm charges, and he firefired himself on top of the Viper. And Viper was just basic attacking. It wasn't anything special. but it was enough. Looks like on bottom lane 2, Undershock in 2 seconds. 1 second should be dead. Let's get himself denied, and in fact,
He does.
he does. Problematic. But yeah, that mid kill happened, and the Viper was the one who got the kill. So his experience now is a full level above that of Atho.
Yo, if you really want to be a clutch kid there, Oracle should have E'd himself as he walked into the creep wave. Because then he's at 1 HP.
Valix,
Instantly dies.
he's still got Nightmare available, but he can't time it right. Not with that Zeus's burst damage. Atho was running himself up, but...
They're going to pass the regen over to Shotshell.
yeah, and then get the bottle back over.
Trixie's farming the stack with the Chen.
Might be in a little bit more trouble, however. Fortune's End going to lock him in position, and Trixie is dropping quickly, and now the TP out. They don't have enough damage to kill him off.
Bountiful.
So Trixie will be able to escape. How's that Zeus doing on the offlane? Like, after Shashla being involved in that fight, like, he's still going one-on-one up against a Lycan. It's 32-12 up against 8 now for 0. This is not the dream start for a Zeus, but he's got enough money he can buy up his arcanes, or...
No,
Yeah,
I
will
think
be
that
the
this is, he's actually doing really well for himself. Arcane Boots by minute 5. It's an insane amount of farm. It's probably because he got that kill earlier, but... I remember running offlane Zeus several patches ago.
That was still only an assist.
Oh, it was? Oh,
Yeah.
well, at least he got some kill gold to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, big party's going boots first in this scenario. I think they recognize that there's just not very much kill power out of this dual lane. So he can afford... Oh, unless he gets caught by the ultimate.
Yeah, goddamn's
Oh, no,
coming
no
up.
sleep.
Oh, they can't get close enough for it.
Jeez.
Where's the Nightmare? He thought about starting it, but they were already too far underneath the tier 1 towers, and MV burns his ulti. Goddamn still waiting for a right opportunity, and they got Valix so low. He's got that very fire to bring himself back up as well as the stick charges, but even then, that was not enough.
Under attack.
We get our first rotations as well from the mid. I guess Batrider into the jungle, and now back into the mid lane, but it's Viper down to the bottom lane. So they want to really just get an easy pick off here on the Oracle. And he's able to get it too. This Ven's already back into the safety of his lane. But buys a little bit of space, and we'll give a DD room for a Viper.
Yeah, Trixie's still, even after that trade-off at top lane, Trixie's still getting more out of the bottom lane than Zeus.
Once he gets that level 6 as well, like, he's so much more viable. Because if Hellraiser want to try and force the issue, you got that Ravage up. And that may just stop him from forcing an issue. This bottom lane, Boogie hung around.
Again.
Trixie's still not level 6, but Boogie is. And with a Viper Strike, that's more than enough damage to kill off the Oracle. Boogie looks like he's just waiting at the perfect time. The ticket's not going to be enough. Down 25 HP. What you give to have a Zeus ulti. Unfortunately, it belongs to the other team. Damn, that heal is good.
Pretty good thinking there by the Oracle. I think a lot of people would have W'd yourself in order to stop the magic damage from Viper Strike, but he identified there's too much physical damage coming out from Boogie, plus that constant slow. He needed to stop his attacks, and then Fairy fired at the right time. This is stopping all spend farm, though. He's not getting anything. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Valix is getting enough.
Difficult here to initiate on too. But they don't have the sentry ward down for the dire side, but there's dust for Valix, so even if the bounty does try and come down and contest him, he can't really do that much. And what's the Batrider going to do? Run at you? You just get nightmared. So,
Yeah.
like, until that Blink Dagger is over on Afro, the Bane can get away with this.
This is the big downside of having a Batrider mid, right? Is that if you rotate out of the lane, he's not going to put pressure on the tower. So Stark can afford to do something like put a Bane mid. Imagine if that was like an Invoker or something, or a Lina mid. Right, you couldn't place the Bane there because you'd be constantly dying to the enemy mid laner, and then you would also be feeling that tier 1 tower dropping in probably 2 minutes time. But in this sort of matchup, Boogie can afford to spend all of his time at the bottom lane, and the team really isn't punished at all.
Yeah. In fact, it's even better because you've forced so many rotations from HR. Well, they've had 4 heroes in the bottom lane for the last minute looking for an opening. Zeus will now only just return to this top lane, but Lycan's been free farming in the meantime, and because of that lockdown of this Sven's farm, the Lycan's getting even further and further ahead. You also had so many players on that bottom lane. Now HR's going to split themselves up, focus on the farming. And now you've also finished up the Vladimir's offering on Nemphy. There's a quick chance that Star can just slip themselves inside the Roche pit with the assistance of the Chen and just take Roshan very quickly. Or maybe not.
They may have to do
quickly.
some scouting ultimates from Shachlo at this point, because you're right. The way Stark are gaining some control. If they could even just rotate the Chen and Viper to bottom lane and take that tier 1 tower, that'll
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
that'll do a lot for Stark sneaking in a Roshan.
Varnix was able to get a ward down. Shasho's obviously going to have a scout for this one. Does he? Yeah, he checks the camp instead. Trying to make sure there's no observer ward there. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, looks like Sven. This is going to be worth the ravage. He's going to commit it anyway as she bumps the Oracle on the sidelines. Might allow enough space for Boogie to attack into Undershock as well, but nope. Still got controlled enough by the Fortune's hand that he couldn't chase. But that's the Sven going down.
Radiant structure.
Yeah, Undershock really screwed the pooch there. You cannot purge off the Viper's ultimate, which I believe he thought you could. So he definitely should have fate-seeded the Viper and then figured it out from there.
Radiant's
Top lane, Leon trying to crack at this Lycan. He's got his ulti form of Verbal, and Chen has to commit the hand of God. He's trying to send the Lycan back, and the timing, it's going to be enough. Survives back in base, he's still burning. Thankfully for the Lycan, he's got stick charges up his sleeve. And now bottom lane, Trixie initiating underneath the tower. There's more support coming in for the bounty, and Trixie just tries to TP out, and again another close escape for Stark. Forcing another TP rotation. Another kill not to happen.
Yeah, this is what happens when Trixie does Trixie things and it goes right. You draw so much attention.
Afo. There's Fiend's Grip
If he
available.
plays this right, he could have done it.
Oh, it's not a good throw.
bottom tower is under attack.
There's not enough damage to kill a Boogie anymore. And there's a level 4 corrosive skin as well. Shachlo doesn't really have that same bite to him.
Radiant's top
I'm having another
tower
crack
is
at
under
bottom
attack.
too. This game feels so much more like, even though it's 4-4 on the board, I really feel like Stark have more control on the map.
Oh yeah, for sure. Stark are definitely winning this game so far. Like Nemphy's getting free farm while YOLO Warrior is feeling pressured on his Sven. I'm learning a lot about what you need to do against carry Svens, because it's very clear, like, Stark know the hero very well, right? They ran it very successfully last game, and they identified, like, okay, you gotta try and slow down his Helmet Dominator pickup as fast as possible, and that I anticipate Stark are gonna do a better job than Hellraisers did when it comes to contesting or denying that Ancient stack.
Goddamn's trying to get a little bit of vision. Be able to scout out the fact there is an Ancient stack being prepared up by Trixie, but at this point I'm wondering if there's anything HR can really do about it.
Okay, so you're gonna get picked off?
Oh, they can drag him back, but Varlix the Nightmare, as she stops the Batrider's drag him. Well, the Flame Break forward. Okay, see, he's gonna get nuked down by the Oracle. Another Shock sacrifices himself for this kill. That's not too bad, but you're still in a 4-on-4 situation, and Sven, it looks like he wants to have a crack at Roshan. He slipped inside the pit. But because the room was already taken, there's nothing to bait Stark to come into the bottom river. Is he just gonna come for the... He's coming for the stack. He's gonna God Strength for the stack, and Trixie heard something.
Oh, nice.
They're rotating over, and they're coming so quickly.
They got a TP out now, though. Oh, he's sticking
TP
around
hasn't
too
started.
long.
The Ravage! It was too far away! Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if he screwed the pooch on that one, or he just neutered the pooch.
You can't blame Trixie too much for that one because it was so damn close. Like, that was just a little cubby hole that Trixie's Ravage couldn't quite hit.
They can still force the issue. Even with Ravage down, there's still so much control. Because Varlix is coming in with this Fiend's Grip. So you've already got your big lockdown.
Radiant's middle tower.
Goddamn, it's not going to come too close.
Dire's bottom
But
tower
yeah, with that
is
kill
under
onto this
attack.
van, he took a lot from them too. Like, he took, like, the full Ancient stack.
Yeah, that brings the Sven's farm right back up to where it should be before the Viper came and harassed him so much.
That
So
really
you're right,
also
that was a
it's
big win.
oh hello Undershock. So he's the hero they commit the Fiend's Grip onto.
To narrow my options a great deal.
Well, the dust trigger is too far away to really do anything with goddamn. Yeah, and I'm wondering if it's okay. It is actually going to be the full pipe.
Mid lane, they got Boogie. Yola Warrior does so much damage right now.
They tried to Hand of God him as well as attempt the one charge, but they kept the stuns up.
Yeah, that's like the Hand of God is like what, one hit from the Sven? Yeah, he'll just hit him again.
They still get like a trade-off. So it's the Viper for the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and Stark will be back at the mid tier 1 to defend it. Instantly into scouting wolf mode too.
I think Stark are pretty okay with that trade-off if they get Roshan out of it. Like I said, taking down the tier 1 tower really loosens the hold Radiant side have on Roshan.
Okay, I'm still a little bit iffy on some of the mechanics of Ether Lines. But what's the effect of the Tidehunter? Because that's what I was thinking about when I saw both the cloak and the ring, and then he had the arcane boots. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it's
this Ether
nothing.
Lens.
It's increased range on Gush, and that's it.
And that's it? Okay. Because I didn't know if it actually affected Anchor Smash or not.
Somebody else that's really good with Ether Lens, though, Zeus. My boy Zeus.
That guy is so unbelievable.
Yeah, the Ether Lens is actually making the hero right now. You're seeing it a lot in high-level pubs, and Ether Lens build is...
Even in low-level pubs, you see that. Because what are you going to do? You sit at the back lines. Air
Dire's
lightning.
middle tower
Air
is under
lightning.
attack.
Oh,
Did I just kill everyone? I think that's what just happened.
yeah.
It's too easy to play that Zeus. All you need is that early CS, someone not to try and say, I'm going to go mid as well or I feed.
Just the power of Oracle, by the way. Look at his experience. The fact that Oracle is able to solo farm,
Dire's middle
whether
tower
it's
is
lanes
under attack.
or even jungle, really
Radiant's
easily
bottom
once he gets
tower
level
is
7.
under attack.
That even as a hero that is 1-4-1, he's still level 8.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Are we actually going to be forced into... Yeah, Stark are going to force the issue. So it's a tier 2 for a tier 1 trade to start with.
Dire's
But you got the
middle
Agency
tower is under
model, you
attack.
got Ravage back up again, you got Fiend's Grip available. The only thing that's
Radiant's
not
bottom
here
tower
is
is
Hand
under
of God. That's the only major ultimate they don't have. But even with Lycan and Wolf form, get a full Chen army going to work. They're going to lose their Observer Ward inside the base. So the vision becomes a little bit more stroppy, but you've got now tornadoes and daytime vision. Goddamn's able to cancel off that tornado with a Shuriken toss, but you've taken a tier 3 tower. You actually get the fortification out, and with the drag, they got the Viper, pulling him back. The Ravage from Trixie will stop this Batrider, freed by Undershock. But remember what they came here for, is objective-based gaming. They're here to take out the ranks. They may not think they can take the melee, so they're focusing on ensuring they get at least the range rank, keeping this Sven at bay. He God Strength, but the Viper Strike's already on him. They remove a little bit of that damage, and most of this God Strength, in fact, almost all of the God Strength is wasted. So Stark will hang around. They'll finish up this melee ranks as well, and now all they're going to do is just go home. Get the hell out of here with minimal casualties. I think it's almost sandbag time. Aphro's going to jump forward. And Hellraiser also have to be careful because Stark haven't sent anyone home properly yet. So now they're just going to be careful. In fact, it looks like Varlix will be the last man standing to stay behind. Everyone else will be sent back. And in fact, yeah, okay. They do get the kill.
Yeah, they limit the pickoffs to the 2 supports. Stark might even get a deny. No.
That's still a 17-minute full bottom racks.
Yeah.
I know you said at the start of tonight, like the push meta is back again. Like, it's kind of showcases that.
I don't know if Stark had a really good read there. I didn't see the Sven and where he TP'd to originally. But his TP was on cooldown while he was pushing down mid. I think Stark knew that, and that's why they were pushing so aggressively. Normally, you'd make that sort of push and back out because you don't have your pipe yet. You didn't have Hand of God, like you mentioned. Maybe even Blink Dagger or stuff like that.
I didn't spend TP to the mid so they can push the tier 1. Like, I thought that's what he did.
Yeah, so if Stark saw that and we're like, let's take advantage of this, because normally you just push and force TPs back, and then you would back out. You'd be like, all right, that was a win. But they fully committed because they knew Sven was unable to TP in. And now they've pretty much won the game. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a team come back from Raxing by 17 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. Missing up the hill and then having the troll trap behind is able to keep at least the Zeus away from death as well. But Stark are just grouping up to go again. This time they dust. They got that slow and Fiend's grip on the Bounty Hunter. So you've removed 2 heroes. You've got just under a 30-second window. But a level 2 Necrobook also just arrived on Nymphy. So their pushing speed, even with the Chen army being a little bit lower than it was before, is still getting stronger.
And this is the other thing, is that Bounty Hunter is terrible versus push lineups. He's good at disrupting Chen, but he's terrible at push lineups because he just brings nothing to the table when the actual team fight breaks out at 18 minutes. You're fighting 4 versus 5.
It's the counter push required, but it's just not there. And Trixie's walking around with this Blink Dagger Ravage just ready to strike. They jump back, and now Trixie let it go because they brought Valix in. In fact, he gets it again. Sven wasted God Strength. He can't reach anything in attack. Just being kited across this fight. At least Trixie will walk into him so he can do some level of damage. But while they're chasing down Trixie, the mid-ranks has been taken out. So the melee is gone. And now in 19 minutes, they've managed to take out the bottom ranks completely and the mid-melee. Okay, this is going to get bigger. Like, pretty globals.
I don't think I've ever seen a series, Toby, go more beneficially to like my predictions of the way the team will play. Stark played it late game, first game, and push second game. And I said that was the 2 ways that Stark, you know, that's their 2 best strategies.
Yep.
If they can't beat you by 25 minutes, they'll beat you at, 55 minutes plus.
It's funny though, because Hellraisers gave them this space. Like, they picked into this. So they knew what they were going up against.
Probably should have picked the Mirana.
That...
I don't know how much of a difference that would have made.
I would still be concerned that the push power would just be too much.
It was a good call by Trixie, not going the traditional Blink Dagger build as well, but going for what was an early pipe. Even just the Hood of Defiance has so much more value than it used to with that that shell that it does.
He just realized that, like what would you really gain from getting the pipe at this point? The magical damage is okay from Hellraisers, but his ability to have a Blink Ravage like that, I still think that's probably one of the best decisions from Stark, is just to isolate and kite this Sven. I know I kind of highlighted a lot of it during the fight, but if you look down to the bottom lane, he got Viper Strike, I think it was around this position, and spent most of his time just running from here to here. That was almost his entire God Strength duration. And then the mid-fight, he got Ravaged here. And then spent most of his time running the opposite direction. Looks like top lane's going to be the fight they're looking for. Dust over on Goddamn. Trixie still doesn't have the Ravage, however, so they're trying to find the pick up before they go down, and Hellraiser's attacking them beforehand. But yeah, this Sven just really hasn't had an influence for all the farm he's got. It's minimal, because there's no Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I think that's the...
Oh, here you go. That's a big pick. That's a real big pick. Nymphy just getting massively nuked down.
Yeah, they'll get
and
more
now Trixie, though, he can turn and punish this. If they buy back and bring the Lycan back in, it's going to be a Blink to Ravage, and there's your buyback. Lycan's on his way. The mech will give him a little bit more life. Farlex, okay, that stun from the Sven will be able to find the kill, but Lycan's back in with his Necro units. They're looking for that cleave damage, and Stark have to stop grouping up until that happens. The Viper will finally get the last into the Sven. The Oracle will drop. Meanwhile, back at home, the creep wave of Stark has done all of the work it needs to. It's pushed in so hard. The Sven is down. Oracle can buy back, but it'll be a tier 2 and a tier 3 tower going the way of Stark in just a moment. They know they were so far ahead, it didn't even matter if they lost a Lycan like that.
This is also the new thing. Like, the game's pretty much over. Stark are eventually just going to take that last lane of racks. The build on Zeus has, in the last, I would say like the last week or two, has turned into Veil. Ether Lens was always the item with the new patch, but lately it's been people building Veil after Ether Lens, and they just sit so far back, and the range of Veil is so so long, particularly with that Ether Lens, which does affect its range. That you're able to deal massive amounts of damage. It's actually insane. Veil has always been one of those overlooked items where people are like, yeah, it sounds nice in theory, but you can't really feel the effect of it oftentimes.
I think it was one of the items which PPD highlighted in his blog when he talked about the patches. He's just like, wow, this just became so much more effective at a price.
Yeah, what was the change?
Wasn't it made? It was made cheaper, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just can't remember exactly what it was.
Okay, so
we
Hell
will
Race.
find it. All right, so the old recipe was Helm of Iron Will, Null Talisman, and a recipe.
So it's the same cost.
The new one is Helm of Iron Will, Null Talisman, and 2 Broken Magi's. But it's pretty significant intelligence.
Oh, here they jump. Volek's being dragged back out again. This Bane's going to die, but Roshan already goes the way of Stark. And the God Strength is still a long duration time on it. But Stark just will disengage. Like, they have the Aegis Immortal. They remember what this game is all about. It's just now getting the goods to finish the job.
Yeah, they got Aegis. They didn't have Ravage or a Hand of Gods. They'll have an Ags on Shen if they want to. Another 900 gold.
They just got away with Roshan without having to, one, expand Ravage, and even have, like, have Ravage.
Yeah, so they can, they'll hit, they've got this gigantic peak that I don't know how HR possibly stand.
The hilarious thing is, like, even look at the graphs. The graphs do not reflect the position of this game at all.
Oh, no, not at all.
But it's just Stark in a great position at the moment.
Yeah. So we were wrong about Veil being cheaper, but what it is it's more cost effective. It now gives you an extra 12 intelligence for the same cost, which obviously is pretty important for any cores that are going to pick it up. Probably less important for supports that pick it up.
Yeah. Alright, so HR, you got to defend this somehow. I don't know how. Like, it's going to be like the greatest Blink, Lasso, and 4-star, but even that is 6 seconds on cooldown, so they try and light up Boogie a little bit. But even Boogie, he's going to run forward, soak up as much damage as HR will throw at him, blow the Aegis Immortal, and then come back to life again, trigger the BKB. Trixie jumping forward again, just trying to bait out abilities or initiations. Nothing much more than this. Because they don't have to worry about much more. The Veil is spread out quite nicely over Boogie as well as Trixie, so they keep taking a little bit too much damage. But Stark are in no rush. Like, they've already taken out so much. Maybe the only thing which is a bit of a problem is the fact that the Necro Books were just triggered.
Yeah, I think Trixie maybe popped that pipe a little bit too early. It is rather short duration, so you want to try and do it just before you head into the fight.
Oh, this is cocky. This is really cocky.
Because what Hellraisers were able to do is they were able to wait out the barrier before they popped the Zeus ult.
Stark just saw the bounty. So, goddamn, just walking in range. In fact, now he's very visible. Blinked down by Trixie, starts with the Gush. They need a little bit more detection down here, but they've got Dust available. Goddamn's already run himself away. Just an easy pick-off like that's going to, like, just solve them so many problems as they go high ground. Yeah, if you bet your res on Stark today, if you believe in Finnish power, I believe you shall be rewarded.
Yeah, because if there's anybody who's like, why are you calling a game before it's over? The thing is that Stark has so many ways to win. With 2 racks down this early, they'll always win out in an economy because both mid and bottom lane of racks, you're getting like half the gold and experience out of those plays.
He just ran in. That's instantly forced himself away, which takes away their initiation. There's a Ravage from Trixie. They still haven't got a kill for this one, and with the lasso, Nemphy is being controlled and brought down. They try and send him back, but it will not be in time. As HR, they are having a successful defense. They may find more as well. Sven's actually able to input this damage with the Shuriken toss bouncing around. Chan can't do much more. Stark are losing so much. Yeah, you bought back on the Zeus. But they're trying to find more. Trixie as well as Boogie still surviving. Shashlo, Boogie needs something, but Boogie is almost dead. Trixie will finally come in, but it's the Aegis Immortal is what they're popped. Trixie through the one charges, gets back up to a fair chunk of life as Boogie. He's going to start working on the backlines. Trixie's removing the damage. He's slowing them down. Shuriken toss, bounce damage. Almost not to kill off Trixie. Afro's almost finished the job too, but goddamn, Boogie can't finish the job on either of these cores. Trixie is capable of surviving as he backs out. Let's say cause, it was the supports that were chasing him down. But they defend. They at least hold on to their ranks for now.
Yep, that's defense number 1 out of like the next 10 that have to come. I'll get excited. The thing is, I'll get excited for HR if they defend successfully like 5 more times, maybe. that's when I'll start like actually getting excited and talking about the potential of a comeback, because they still need the BKB on Nymphy, which is going to be coming in soon. They still have that Ags, which is a huge increase in power for their push lineups on the Chen, because this next push, now that he has it, will have the Granite Golem. So an extra 15% to a lineup that's already pretty hard to take down. They can wait out the next Roshan if they want to, get another Aegis. That's just in 3 minutes time. And the thing is that HR's lineup, it doesn't ever start scaling, right? It's not like you're waiting and like, boom, this hero's all of a sudden going to come online at 40 minutes time, right? Hellraiser's lineup is made to fight at 20 minutes and continue to grow till like 45 minutes. So it's not like they have that late game like Spectre pickup or DOTA or something like that that really changes things.
They still can have the surprise from Sven, but he doesn't have a normal combo hero. Like, that's where you say, maybe if you worked with a Darkseer, like you vac into a big Stormbolt and then you cleave through everything. Or with the Magnus. Then he can give the Empower buff up. So then you got like multiple ways you can couple with that. But you're right, like what you see is what you got right now for HR.
And then ultimately, like Stark, even at 45 minutes, all they have to do is have buybacks and bum rush the racks. And if they take that and get megas, they probably won the game. So, we'll see though. Gundam has that Guardian Greaves. He's scouting out. What HR desperately need right now is a pick. They can't afford to let Stark continue to 5-man into the base. They need to actively try and find pickoffs before Stark get there. Especially as they get closer to Roshan time, because they can't let Stark get that Aegis. So they may find it here. They can maybe get Boogie as he comes up.
Yeah, he's probably the most exposed out of all of them. But the Hand of God is there, and they're already going to start sending him back. And the damage to Viper, okay, they actually have enough.
That's what I'm talking about, Veil of Discord, baby.
Hurts like hell, but they still can't go further than that. The Sven is back at base.
Yeah, and next time they may be running into the Lotus Orb pickup now of Trixie, so he's looking to counter
Dire's
the lasso.
middle tower is under attack.
That also removes the Veil, right? Does it dispel Veil?
Yes, it removes Veil, it'll remove Track.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
lot of
are
things.
fortified.
Potentially could also return the abilities when they try and focus someone like the Viper like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't be able to do so again.
Lotus Orb is great against Batrider because you either Lotus Orb preemptively and Batrider lassos himself in the process and doesn't go anywhere.
Trixie? Okay, he really wants to commit. He'll have to blow Ravage, but he didn't. Like, if he blew Ravage, he would have stunned the 2 TPing out heroes, and now all 3 heroes from HR will be able to escape.
Yeah, probably figured, not worth it. I'll use it for the push. But at the same time, Nymphy committed his ultimate, so that's a little bit of...
It was ultimate and Necrobooks. Yeah. Both of them kind of go hand in hand for the time.
Well, I guess you could say Trixie wants to keep his Ravage up for Roshan, which, you know, could spawn in the next 20 seconds and then potentially be up for the next 3 minutes. So... committing Ravage is much different than committing the Shapeshift ultimate for Roshan.
Oh my god, Ty, what are you doing?
I actually agree with Trixie. That was the right call by him to hold.
With this helmet he's got, and with the blood flying the way it is, it just reminds me of, like, Bioshock. Just blood, guts, and gore everywhere, and then...
So, Tidehunter's Big Daddy, who's the little girl?
Who's the little girl?
In Bioshock. Yeah.
I don't know, who'll be close enough to that?
Crystal Maiden?
I don't know, like
probably. She's the most dainty, smallest. Like, Lena's a little bit too much of a Hellfire bitch to be...
Yeah, no, she's definitely not the... No. I don't know, Crystal Maiden just doesn't fit me as, like... Because you also got to have that inner evil side.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what the girls were, right?
Maybe Crystal Maiden's like so. I mean, that's the thing, right?
She's too pure as a woman.
But I'm gonna go the opposite route, Toby.
What's the opposite?
She's like too goody two shoes that she's a little crazy, you know.
I have an.
You ever meet those women, Toby?
Yeah. Yeah. Possibly can.
Too goody two shoes. And it goes crazy.
Too many stories.
Yeah, she's got that crazy look in her eyes.
Yeah. Avoid the crazy eyes, boys and girls. Avoid the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Like, what do we got in the hero pool? Like, I can do this without crashing Dota, right? Where the hell do we even put it? It's in learn. Where the hell are my heroes? Oh, the big tab that says heroes. That'll work.
I'm pretty sure Crystal Maiden's the best.
Crystal Maiden.
Because all the other females in Dota 2 are like too badass. Or
Queen of Pain's daughter.
Okay.
I think that would
But
be
that's
like
not in the game. Come on now.
It's not in the game. I'm sure somebody out there who is a dedicated viewer will actually make like a Tidehunter Big Daddy and a Queen of Pain's daughter little girl.
No.
Someone's gonna be that awesome.
Definitely
They're gonna do
Crystal
that.
Maiden. Come on now. You could potentially say that if Templar Assassin changed her purple makeup to black.
TA's too old. TA just looks too old.
Yeah.
Like she's that old wise woman from the west.
I don't know about that.
East actually. PA without all her armor. Except those girls never had NAS on them, and PA has NAS on her. What? You see the Arcana sets of PA?
Toby, that
Look at this! Look at it, dude! Okay.
No, that's all fine, well, and good. All right, I am not.
And then you give her an Arcana, and then all of a sudden it just sticks out.
I
don't
am
want to think
not-
about little girls that way, man.
I am not flaming you for knowing that PA has one hell of an ass. All right, I'm not gonna flame you for that, but knowing that the little girl from BioShock does not have an ass.
Like,
that's the part that is questionable for me, Toby.
that is not questionable at all. I think that's perfectly all right.
I'm pretty sure we're settled on Crystal Maiden, Toby. And away we go.
Yeah. And goodbye, Alex. Welcome back to the game after the pause. So I start getting picked off here and there, which is causing problems, but like your home is always in peril.
Yeah. These tier 4s are going to start getting chipped down. There's another way Stark can win.
How is that?
Like in just going straight, throne. In some sort of scenario where HR are too far out or something.
True. With the Necro box,
Roshan?
you need fortification on cooldown though. Like you need to trigger that first. Because his push isn't one of those sustained pushes.
Where's the gem?
They never
they've got
bought
it now. Valix has got one in his stash.
Okay, there she purchased one.
A big part of the reason that Hellraisers are still doing things in this game is the fact that Gotham is scouting out so much freely.
Well, the
like
fact he's
Roshan
sitting
right now, which
side of Roshan.
Yeah, Hellraisers.
Where's the Bane? The Bane's TPing out now. If he walks to the side of the cliff, they can see him. Okay, they triggered Necro Box. Oh, that bounty.
You think Stark baited that out at all?
I don't know. It's
You think they're like, all right, we'll just go into the Roshan pit and like about 25% of Roshan's HP will pop Necro Book and maybe catch the bounty hunter.
It seems like something you wouldn't do if you're looking to push directly after. So yeah, I think you're right, man. I think it was the pure trap.
Of course, that's a pretty greedy play. You shouldn't let bounty hunters scout you out in the first place. But.
Yeah. At the same time, Valix could have just walked to the cliffside here, and they would have seen him. That's also the other play they could have done. They may not have killed him at that point, but they could have realized they could trigger the Necro Books. Just seems a little odd. So, the Aegis goes to the Viper, who at this point is probably going to be the tankiest of them all. Even over the Lycan. But Viper's kind of been copying more of the stuns. Like, especially when, unless when Nemphy gets called out, like, 1v5. Like, then, obviously, they throw everything onto him to kill him off quick. But they're using the Viper as the front liner. And he's fairly close to finishing up the full butterfly, too. He won't have it for this push, however. Goddamn.
Who's scouting who now?
You got a friend, and he actually scouts the observer while being placed. Not going to last that long. Look at the Glimmer Cape in. To gush him up. The vision's there. Wow. Okay. That's overkill. And the instant buyback. He needs the prep tracks more than anything else. Oh, in they come the Ravage! Oh no! Perfect from Trixie! You do have the damage from the Sven that back lines, but the Nightmare is still dictating his target. And he wants to kill off the Lycan, but Lycan runs away. They still haven't got the first kill. Now we'll go the way of Shashlo. His buyback is actually off cooldown. It's been that long that it comes back off cooldown again. But next time he dies, he's dead for a very long time. The God Strength is almost at the end. Viper, he will now burn the Aegis, the Immortal, so Sven will buy back. Hellraiser's are finding life as an artificial life purchased by money. The Lycan is now down for the count. Can they actually even get the Megas? The damage is there from this Sven, but maybe not enough, because they're still going to get through this bloody Viper. As the ping's just bouncing around, a triple kill right now for the Batrider. Trixie will die as well, and the melee Rex will survive. They actually repel Stark, but they'll be spending the next minute trying to repair the damage that was done on the other lanes.
All right, that's fight number 2, Toby. Fight number 2. Another 3 more of those.
10, right?
Another 3 more of those without losing that last objective. We'll start getting excited.
It still seems weird though, like the battle is being split into multiple parts.
Yeah.
Like the Sven runs himself out and he attacks down the ramp, while Trixie jumps up and then forces a fight up here. So Stark then try and solo deal with the Sven, who pops his Warcry and is actually quite innately tanky. So how are you meant to get through him in a quick rate? It's just almost like get yourself an Assault Cuirass.
HR were in a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of scenario where they had to go for the Lycan. They knew that the Viper had the Aegis, so they tried to kill the other really important core, which would be the Lycan. If they could have successfully brought him down during the lasso before he pops cheese, the fight is instantly won from there. And HR have a very successful defense where they probably don't even lose a single Brax. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the damage. Like Sven, I don't think he got any crits, but even then, I don't think it would have mattered if he got one.
I love
extra
this.
crit.
I don't think I've actually got to cast one of these games.
Oh my god.
It's an Aghanim's Flaming Lasso.
I don't know how I feel about this, Toby. But it'll be the funniest thing in the world if that gets Lotus Orbed and he accidentally grabs himself and the Sven or something absurd.
Oh, that would be terrific.
I actually am not entirely sure on how
does
Lotus Orb always reflects back the spell 1-to-1, so I think it does
Correct.
reflect back the Ags version.
No,
it doesn't?
No, it doesn't. No,
Does the carrier have to?
The carrier must actually have an Aghanim Scepter, because right now, like, if he gets Viper Strike, he returns an Aghanim's Viper Strike. Or, I'd say the same
So, the person who has the Lotus Orb on them.
The person, like, okay, so if you actually have, like, an Aghanim Scepter over on Trixie, and then someone Lotus Orbs him, he will return an Aghanim Scepter ability. Oh, we got both! Oh, that's a big one! With the stun, Trixie will let the Ravage fly, however, but they still need to push out more damage. Nefi goes into holding form. The Necro books it down. Nefi's just running himself out of here. The Fiend's Grip is isolating this Vander. Varlik's doing the work right now for Stark. They still need to keep him kited out here, triggering the dust, trying to get vision wherever they can. Now this Vander, he can't get close enough to the Chen. They're just force-upping around. Finally, Hellraisers, they will lose the fight. There's no real buybacks apart from that of the Oracle, but this Ven's the bigger one. So the Oracle will come back to the world of the living. But that top Rax with the Wolves and the Necro units moving forward. There's no way to stop this. Afo jumps back in again, but he's going to pop down. They isolate Undershock. This will be his side back, and this will be the game. This is Stark taking it with Megas. There's just no way to defend this anymore.
Punching bag.
Sparring partners, I think, is the what he prefers to be called.
There it is. Stark take it 2-0. Nicely played by Stark, showing their 2 different playstyles.
Yeah, it was nice of them. And a wonderful way to start off the European division. Of course, this now does. I don't know if we actually have our grid. Is it already updated? No, it's not, but I'm certain that Dino's going to be on it in just a moment. But this will actually push Team Stark into #1 position and Hellraisers into #6 position. Only one team from Europe 8 group stage will be able to qualify through. So it's going to be a scramble, and these 2-0 victories will mean a lot, especially when you look at the teams that are involved in this group. So it's been a fun game. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back on Monday. On Monday, we've actually got until Monday as Starlighter has taken up the Dota 2 calendar for the next 5 days. But you can check out all the content that we do. We both stream out a lot over on Twitch right
It
now.
means these suckers are on break again.
It's well, we're not on break, Cat. We got other work we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's true.
There's prep for wonderful things that we have to work on. Yeah, it'll be great. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back we'll be back on Monday for more action.